Good evening, everyone. It is 7 p.m. I will call the April 16th, 2024 Board of Selectmen meeting to order. All three selectmen are present, and we will begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, I make a motion that we approve the Board of Selectmen meeting minutes from March 19th, 2024.
Second,
Okay, any discussion on these minutes?
no.
No.
Okay, me neither. All in favor of approving the Board of Selectmen meeting minutes from March 19th, 2024, say aye.
Aye.
Make a motion that we approve the Board of Selectmen special meeting minutes from March 27th, 2024.
Second.
Okay, any discussion on these minutes?
No.
Okay, me neither. All in favor of approving the Board of Selectmen special meeting minutes from March 27th, 2024, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, we have two pieces of correspondence from Department of Emergency Services and Public Protection. Seems I didn't report on the February 2024 Troop D calls. There were 138 calls for service in the town of Thompson. Of these calls for service, most notable are 15 accidents, 10 investigations, and 113 non-reportable matters. In addition, for motor vehicle enforcement, there were 6 traffic citations and 13 written warnings. And then for March 2024, there were 176 calls for service to the town of Thompson. Of these calls, most notable are 7 accidents, 13 investigations, 156 non-reportable matters. And then for motor vehicle enforcement, there was 1 DUI, 15 traffic citations, and 27 written warnings. So a lot more motor vehicle enforcement. What I want to note is there were a couple months ago, if you remember, there was like a burglary listed. Thank goodness we haven't been seeing more of that.
Because yeah.
I think Ken had made the statement that time that hopefully it wasn't a trend with the economy being so bad. So that's that. Any other correspondence to bring before the Board of Selectmen tonight?
Nothing.
Okay, me neither. Moving on to Selectmen comments. Selectmen comments.
We all attended the VFW Community Awards at the Quinnebog Fire Station. Thank God it was held there
I know.
because it was quite the turnout. As
It was
we
an
all saw.
excellent turnout. It was
That-
wonderful to see.
That is the biggest one I've ever seen in all the
Yeah.
years that we've been to it. I mean, the whole hall was full.
Yeah, that was wonderful.
And it looked like it was attributed to a lot of the participation from the school, which is great. You know, that the kids are doing what they're doing, because they've got to carry the torch going forward, you know,
Absolutely.
with, you know, the veterans and what all of the Constitution, everything that it means. So seeing them to get involved is fantastic.
Yeah.
It really is.
All different age groups too.
Yes,
I was really moved by Mr. LeVaque's speech that he read,
Yeah.
that he had written for.
Did a
his
great job.
success. Yeah, that was excellent.
yeah. The only thing that was a little hard hearing, but
Very
that
nice.
was it. But, you know,
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
VFW does such a great job with that.
And the cookies afterwards were very good too.
Mhm. And there were gluten-free ones.
And our unpaid professionals were
Yes.
all well deserved.
Yeah.
So,
I have something I wanted to bring up to the Board of Selectmen to talk about and maybe for future reference to put on as an agenda item,
Okay.
which is I have three different things regarding our elections. I would like to suggest that we discuss putting a camera on the ballot box out here. Putnam has done that. Other towns and cities have done that with you know, the issue that happened in Bridgeport last election. I think that it could be peace of mind, just an extra level of security to put a like a blink or ring camera on them, like we have at the dog pound. We have a ring, I think.
Yep.
I just think it would be good for us to discuss that as an option,
Okay,
just to make our residents feel a little more comfortable that it's monitored.
so maybe add it to the next,
We could add it, sure.
to the next the May 6th meeting.
I will,
What do you
May
think?
6th is,
Oh, seventh.
I will not be at that meeting.
Oh, you won't be at that meeting, okay.
So. I will be out of state.
enjoying some
Think-
Oh, yes,
vacation, well-needed rest,
yes.
yeah, good,
Do we
good.
think we want to add it? I feel like we
No.
maybe need time to think about, and I could get information on adding the Ring camera.
Sure,
Well, see what the options are.
yeah,
Of it, you know.
Because
obviously.
since we have Ring at the kennel, it would be easy just to piggyback the service because it's a little cheaper when you piggyback the
Mhm.
services.
Cause
So-
we're talking, well, there's a lot of with that, cause you're talking from 12 to 8 for. You know, not, I mean, 6 to 8, depending on the hours that we run, that's an awful.
no, I mean,
No, the-
the box out here, the drop box for the absentee ballots.
Oh, okay.
I'm
I
talking.
thought you were talking in here,
Oh,
Oh.
you know, when you said the ballot box, because we have a ballot box
I'm
in each
sorry,
one.
I'm so sorry, and I
Yeah.
get exactly where, I'm talking about the outside ballot drop box that's required by the state that we have one, and that it does get used with some of the absentee ballots. I'm so sorry.
No,
The drop off
That-
box.
Now I
Yes.
got it, that's.
I was not, I should have been
That's-
clearer with that,
Drop
yeah.
off rather than ballot box.
Ballot box, and you're
Drop
correct, you're
box.
absolutely correct. We call the other ones ballot boxes too on the inside. I'm sorry.
I think the Ring cameras, the cloud recording capability, it's $5 a month.
So it's
roughly.
cheap, and the Ring camera itself is not real expensive.
No.
So that is one thing. The other thing we have.
So
or-
maybe we make it for the 21st,
Sure,
meeting on the 21st, is that,
yeah,
okay?
that's
It
fine.
gives us plenty of time before, I mean, I think
That's- yeah.
we're mostly concerned with, or we are concerned with, if anything, the election, in November.
In November is
Okay.
more of what I'm
So we have
concerned with,
time.
We've
yes.
got time to work.
Yes,
Okay.
we do. The other thing, the other two things, and I'm gonna address. We have early voting in November. We have 14 days of early voting. It's costing a substantial amount, and I know that we received a grant from the state. But the grants won't always be there, and the early voting is going to remain. We have 14 days. 2 of those days have to be from 6 in the morning till 8 p.m. at night, and they have to be manned. So that's an added expense. And given the fact that we have absentee ballots and we have a different early voting and giving the opportunity for people to be able to vote for 14 days prior to.
Mhm.
I'm going to suggest that, or I'd like for us to have a conversation about reducing the number of polling places that we have. Each polling place has to have it, I think it's at least 7 individuals working. It's hard enough to get people to work. But with the change in the voting and how we're doing it now in the state of Connecticut, I think it could be a very strong possibility that we reduce the number and just maybe have the voting at the library. When the library was designed, I think we all know it was designed to vote at the community center, not necessarily the library. And it's great that you're here because it was designed from what I remember to go in one entrance and to be able to go out. And I've heard comments that there's no room for parking or things like that. But now
course there
that would
is.
be, of course there is, but these are comments I've heard. And that people won't travel the distance, but with the opportunity for people to request online ballots to do the Dropbox or mail in, plus the 14 days of early voting, I think it's the time. I think there's that the costs associated with the voting, it's not in our budget anymore. And I think that, you know, we still are giving access, but we would reduce the cost to the town.
It's the cost times 4. That's what I'm
Yes,
carrying.
yes.
Well, it's
the
also
cost times 4.
Burden to the
It also is a
places
strain.
that, a strain to the
The 2 fire departments that
Oh, for sure.
accommodate the,
Airspace, yeah.
yes, East
I-
Thompson has been gracious and so hasn't Quinnebog, but it's their fire departments.
I think this is great. I think it'll be good to put it on an agenda so that the public can maybe weigh in during our meeting if they know it's coming
Yes.
up. I do remember that one of the big arguments, the strong arguments in the past was that during, especially like a November election, that the lines would be too long.
That's another thing.
But
too.
with the early voting, when people have the opportunity to vote outside of that one day, it should be.
It shouldn't be an issue.
It
And I
shouldn't
don't
be.
think it would be an issue with, if we didn't have the 14 days, but in case it was.
Let's get the facts too from the registrars on what.
And
That's
that
what
was
I-
the other thing. That's why I didn't research it.
This is the
in
first
depth.
time that we've done it.
Yes,
I'm sure they had their challenges.
Mm.
You know, for the first one, the costs associated, the
You mean
people
with-
that were needed,
With the primary,
yeah.
Well,
this
thankfully,
is a little bit
Well,
different because
it's
it's
gonna be,
14 days.
but it's gonna get even more, but they'll be able to expand on what they came up with. They've got their first set of numbers, how much, so. You know, and with the other one, they can estimate out the cost for those 14 days as well.
Yes, that they
You
will
know,
be able to do.
And we need to have that when we have a
I agree.
general discussion.
So that's why I brought it up under selectmen comments, because I wanted us to be able to, if nobody, you know, if we're not gonna pursue it, then why put it on the agenda? Or I just wanted us to have kind of a conversation beforehand.
I'm happy to have.
The other,
discussion
the
about
other
it.
third item that goes along with this is if the, you know, the climate or the temperature is not to reduce the number of polling places, then to, or districts, the districts, is to at least move, out of town hall. This is District 2.
This is District 2, yes,
So.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
move
the
it,
Hill is-
and move it over
Hill is
to,
one.
and move it
Hill is
over
one.
it to where this is the library, where District 1 is.
Well, even if we started small and just did that one change to start and kept the other two, at least one more election cycle.
I would
see how
suggest,
it goes.
personally, I would suggest that we go for.
Let's see how
combine
early
the
voting goes.
districts.
Yeah, oh, yeah,
Before, we could even,
but I'm just saying, at the very least, that would be,
those were
The
the,
other thing that we can get some input from the registrars is the fact that we got the two districts because of the Senate district in
Mm.
Quinnebog as well.
oh, that's
That's
true. We
right.
might have to
We-
keep it too.
No, but we have to consider
Yeah,
that
you're
as
right.
well,
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yep.
so.
I think that would be
How-
health,
Putnam doing it too, because they have two
Yes.
different districts that all vote at the same location. They
Right.
all have. their
Yes.
Yeah, but they have
vote.
districts, but they don't have, well, we have
Polling places.
two Senate, the town was broken up into two Senate
I
seats.
understand.
So that makes a difference.
Putnam only has
But I
one
don't know
senator.
that it
they
matters
do
in
only
terms
have
of
one?
voting
Well,
location, Kat, is my
You know,
point.
Killingly would
I,
have,
you know, I think that would be a
Because the
question
records
for the
broken up into
registrars is
two.
how could they
Right.
make that work?
Killingly is split.
Yeah.
But I don't know why they couldn't make that work at one
Mhm.
polling place, is to have two Senate you know,
It's
two
very
districts. If the
possible.
Senate, if there was a Senate race, you know,
Yeah.
it's,
Well, let's get input, let's add it to the agenda, make it a full-blown conversation, there's still time. But good that you're bringing it up now, so we can start
Work on it.
discussing it well in advance.
I think these are the kind of things that we have to start looking at to reduce our budget, to be able to, you know,
If- 'cause
be more economic and thoughtful of our taxpayers.
I'd like to see what the response has been from the other towns, how it's impacted them as well.
Mm,
In the small towns, I understand that there was a push to have 30 days of early voting.
mm.
And in these small towns, that for us is crazy, but it was reduced back to the 14, which is still
Mm.
a lot. And I would be curious too about the other small,
How
especially,
it's impacting them.
Okay.
yeah.
It may not impact them because of the fact that they only got one polling location.
It depends.
We have
It depends on the towns. I mean, like Killingly has more than one,
What's
Brooklyn
the
has more
additional
than one.
cost to keep polling, a polling station
Mm.
for 14 days,
Mhm.
5 days or
Yeah.
so?
And it has to be manned with a certain amount of people and it's
Yeah.
very costly.
No, I'm glad you brought it up. It'll be a good discussion. In the coming.
I know that East Thompson for the primary had 29 people come in and vote.
There were 54 at the community center.
Is there-
And for the number of people that had to work those that
And
are
the primary
6
day.
AM to 8.
primary day.
Well, that was. a
Early
tough
voting
one.
was not,
That was a tough thing because the primary was already decided. So,
I,
you know,
I-
the nominees
It
were
was a
sort of
done
in
deal,
place.
yet still needed to get executed.
Yeah, I
The
know.
town has to
at an
pay for it.
expense to the town, exactly.
Exactly.
But if we had one polling place, it would have reduced the number of poll workers.
Yeah, not
Mhm.
times 4.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that was my,
Okay. I like it.
thank you.
The last thing,
Mhm.
thanks, Joe, for getting that tree on Walker Road. That thing was getting ready to fall down.
I'm gonna be contacting Sabrina Steele, cause I went down that road and they need to trim that road.
Which one?
Walker Road all the way to 197, from 131 to 197.
Mm.
They have not been down there to trim everything above the wires, so I just haven't gotten around to them, to send her an email, I already took some pictures of it and just asked her to go down there. And what she can't tackle,
Oh,
or what
she's,
she doesn't, would have her.
was she the Eversource rep?
Yes, the arborist on this end of the state.
Yeah, okay.
And what she can't take care of, we'll try to do some, and what we can't take care of, we'll just have to hire out if it's risky on our property.
I do have just one other,
Gosh, you have a lot of
I
things to
know,
talk about.
I know, what is with me?
I'm just kidding.
Aquatic Lake, as it's starting to warm up on these beautiful days, have we heard anything from the state? Are they going, have they given us any indication that they're gonna help us with security over there?
I mean, last year
Last
was
year
good.
was good. I have,
So
yep, no complaints
let's-
about last year.
I'll follow up with them.
I just thought it might
I'll
be
follow up
something to
with
throw
them
out.
for, yeah, just because as we're getting closer to Memorial Day.
Yep,
Okay, and the only things I have is opening day, Little League.
oh yeah,
The parade's this Saturday, 11 a.m., starting from the Library Community Center. There is still the community art show going on at the library. Lots of local artists are displaying their work. And additionally, this coming Monday, April 22nd, our poet laureate, Steve Vayu, is doing a poetry reading starting at 6 p.m. I'm assuming in the
Library.
art
In the
room,
meeting room.
in the
yeah,
meeting
Oh,
room.
great.
very nice.
Last night, while I was at Quinnebog Fire Department, not that anybody can see it, but put it in the camera. Justine Boudreau gave me, Gendro is what
Gendro.
it's named. The file of life. We will have these available here at Town Hall in the various public offices. And what the file of life is something you can post on your refrigerator.
It's a magnet.
It's a magnet, it's magnetized, and all of your medical information can go on the refrigerator so that if by chance you have a medical emergency and you're home alone, and the ambulance or EMS show up, they'll know everything about you from that file of life on your refrigerator. So it's really important, and everybody can have one. It doesn't have to be just older people, it can just be everybody. And it's a life-saving tool, so.
But I mean, it lists name, address, contact, emergency contacts. I mean, if you're unconscious and they take you out, you're
Yeah,
not gonna know any
You
of
have
it.
illnesses. and
Medical, yep,
medications and-
medication, allergies,
Yep.
and then even your medical insurance. So it's as much as you wanna put on it but at least contact information.
Yeah, so we have they have quite a few of them. They're gonna keep replenishing them to me, but they will be available here in the town hall in some of our town offices, namely tax collector, we talked about town clerk's office, and then of course the selectman's office. And the last thing is, you might have seen something online from our animal control officer, Erin, in regard to the kennel upgrades. We are being mandated by the state to upgrade mostly the size of the chain link fence, the slope of the concrete floors in the kennels. It's a pretty hefty list of things. We worked with Steve Lewis, he's an architect in town, so he did a design rendering of what it should look like. Currently, we're just going out just to try to get a feel for how much this might cost, and then we're going to, if the board approves, we'd like to go forward with a capital campaign. So once I get all those facts, I'll bring it to you, to get approval to do a fundraiser. It's gonna be solely funds raised, from the community to help fund this. We have 5 years to get the work done. So it's, like I said, it involves basically the size of the chain link fence and some concrete work. And some of the kennels have to increase in size. So yeah, so I just figured I'd bring that to your attention. And
I appreciate
I'm
it.
we're gathering the information right now, and as soon as I have all the information, I'll bring it to you for approval. Again, people love the animals. Erin is extremely busy. We have 4 dogs. One mama cat with her 5 babies in the shelter right now. We had another cat that had been an adoption fail. In fact, our human resources director, Michelle, is fostering that cat right
Oh.
now. So there's a lot of stuff going on at the shelter right now, and yeah, Erin never stops. She's constantly on the go, but she is doing a phenomenal job.
She is.
I can't say enough good things.
And anytime she wants to come and chat with us and give us updates or anything, or, yeah.
And you know what, she did,
And you know,
did she come to the Board of Finance, but she didn't come to the Board of Selectmen? Or did she? No, she came to
No.
the Board of Selectmen.
she was on Zoom, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You wanted to bring some of the animals?
I was gonna say, have her, you know, like the morning on Sunday mornings when they have the cats come in, have her bring a dog in and we'll display it on Zoom.
Okay, we can do that. All right, any other selectmen comments at this time? All right, moving on to citizen comments. We will begin with the Zoom audience, citizen comments. Yes, Valerie Clark.
Valerie Clark, 105 Alm Road. Just on the minutes from last official meeting, the March 19th, I believe it was. So in the correction to the minutes from the meeting before with Roman Jameson's name, now his last name is spelled wrong. So I wanted to note that.
I
I thought that's how it was spelled.
I don't know.
That's just
Okay, well, I'll clarify.
IESON.
I-E instead of E-I?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
All right.
And then the other piece on there is that I think that I was not saying that I thought a fire district was or was not a good idea. I think what I was saying was a concern about being able to have people who are from residing outside of Thompson if we had a fire district, and I don't think that's clear in the minutes.
Okay, all right.
I believe that's it. Thank you.
All right, thanks. Any other citizen comments at this time from the Zoom audience? All right, from the live audience. Yes,
Steve Wright,
yeah,
News from Emergency Management. We sold the ambulance. We now have a Northeast CERT team of 23 members we can use. And if we activate them and use them for any kind of function or anything, they're covered by the state's insurance, so no responsibility on the town, no liability on the town. And we're now gonna be moving the emergency shelter up to the school. We got approval of that last
okay.
week at the Board of Ed.
Board of Ed meeting, all right. Whereas before the emergency
It
shelter.
was at Clinton Fire Station. and
Right.
They did a great job all these years, and I appreciate it. But with membership down and everything, people aren't volunteering, we can't put any more on the fire departments
Yeah.
than it's already on, without funding them correctly.
Mhm. Okay, Steve, just quickly, just so, the listening audience understands, can you explain the CERT?
It's Citizens Emergency Response Team. They get called out for storms, for rescue, for traffic control, for help with radio operations. We can use them for Community Day, for extra eyes,
Okay.
traffic control, help set up. And that is, that's all covered by the state. So it's no liability on the town as far as if they get injured or anything.
And we have 23 individuals.
23 in this area.
Awesome. Oh, in this area.
in this area, not just in
Okay.
town?
Not just Thompson.
Thompson, Putnam, and Pomfret.
Okay.
So you combine efforts,
Yeah.
and they're volunteers?
Yes, all volunteers, strictly volunteer.
That's wonderful. Do they have to do training or do
Yeah,
they?
They went through,
They just went through it.
we just went through a training, completed it last month,
Okay,
and we're gonna have ongoing training. I'm gonna get a hold of the Red Cross, do a shelter training.
Mhm.
They're doing a radio training coming up,
that's awesome.
and we're just gonna, with a CERT team, if you don't keep them active, they just fall away, and you don't have anybody.
Mhm.
That's what happened last time, because we didn't have anything to do. But we're gonna, between the three towns, we should be able to keep them active enough to, with training and stuff like that, because we can use them for search and rescue. We're gonna have a search and rescue training for them.
That's wonderful.
We'll put that on ourselves.
Thank you for doing that.
Well,
Thank you, Steve.
well,
Any other citizen comments in the room or virtually?
Yes, Sally White,
Yes,
308 East Thompson Road. I'd like to hear the distinction between these CERT people and the town constables, and also are town constables part of this new group?
Some of our constables are part of the new group. But we use the constables in town for traffic control and other functions we have, but there's always a need for other people sometimes that we don't have enough volunteers to use, so we can use them. And they're covered by the state, so, but there's no liability on the town for anything, and they've been trained, and we're gonna keep training. Like we're training the constables now too.
does that answer your question, Sally?
Well, it's helpful. I'm just wondering if that is going to actually de-incentivize the constables who we used to use years ago in a much broader capacity and a regular capacity and a very responsible capacity, and that has fallen off. And now it seems like we're introducing something else that further dilutes the importance or the standing of the constables. I guess I'm just concerned about that.
Well,
But thank you.
in the last couple of years, we have really worked hard, and Steve's taken the lead on this to make sure that the constables in town were being utilized
Great.
to a greater capacity. And this just enhances their ability to not only work in Thompson, especially those who are CERT trained, but they'll also be able to help out in other surrounding towns. That's the way I understand
Yes,
it.
and I will always call the constables first before I get a CERT team.
Yeah.
Because there are people and they need to be used and trained, and we're using them for the Maker Fair
Yeah.
and May 4th for traffic control.
Well, thank you. That's very helpful. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the question.
The constables are always first on the list for anything in town,
Mhm.
because we gotta use them, or we're gonna lose them.
Yeah, they want to be active.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other citizen comments? All right, moving on to the first real item on the agenda. Agenda item 7, Department of Public Works requests to sell equipment. And Joe Tasek, our Director of Public Works, is here. And you all received a list of the equipment that he would like permission. Really, I think, and Joe, you can correct me if I'm wrong, this really has to do with the salt storage facility. There's still the intention that we will be able to build something. And this is kind of cleaning up the yard of stuff
Cleaning up
that
the yard
can't be
with stuff
used.
that hasn't been used, things that will not be used, that basically a lot of it, like the sweepers, they're not OSHA approved. They don't have air quality systems inside of them, air conditioning and just good systems and all. And like the top 3 items, 3 of the international trucks, 1989, 1992, and 1994. Which number 3 has been out of service for a year, just sitting there.
Mhm.
And we can maybe gain some money back to the town by trying to get rid of them on gov deals and something similar to that. Which number 10 was our backup plow truck, which receiving the new truck last year, one of our in-house trucks has become the backup truck, a 2000. So we went from a 94 to a 2000 for a truck. And, we have a couple of things with blown engines and like the old paver, which we tried to sell the old paver the last time and there weren't any bites on it. I think that, well, I'll put it out, see if we get any bites on it. If not, it will go for scrap. The Mercedes truck, same thing.
That's dead.
Huh?
That's dead.
Oh, yeah, actually, it started up there.
Oh, no, I didn't say it didn't run, but it's not roadworthy. not
Yeah,
roadworthy.
the Mercedes truck has not been taken out of the yard in years. It's just been a storage container. There is a generator we have in our shed that came from the Quinnebog Fire Department, which is totally outdated. we'll try to get rid of that.
Oh, that's gotta be 30 years old.
Yeah, they took parts off of that.
Yeah, no.
No, I'm just saying, I remember when we bought it,
Yeah,
for the fire station, that's 30 years ago.
yeah, it's something that you don't wanna hook up to anything, it's what it is. But, I do already have some bites on the Elgin sweepers, another town.
Yeah, they use them for parts.
Actually, this other town doesn't have any sweepers,
Wow.
so.
And you're okay with it not complying with OSHA standards?
Whatever they wanna do, that's fine by me. But I would like to clean up everything, cause we do have to move everything anyway.
Mhm.
So let's move it once, get rid of it, and in turn, maybe we can get some money.
And except for the town that might be interested in the sweepers, are you thinking gov deals?
Yeah, gov deals probably for the rest of this stuff. I really don't wanna haul the stuff all the way down to Franklin and haul it back like we kind of did before.
Oh, for Petrowski?
Yeah, and it. I think we put it on gov deals and we will leave it on there for a month or two. Or maybe a little bit longer and see what we get for bites. And after that, we'll just get our weight worth in scrap.
The trench box,
Yep,
do we have one
yes, we do.
that's certified?
No. It's not certified.
What's the trench
That's why
box?
it's on there to get rid of.
No, I didn't know if we had replaced
When they're-
with one that's certified.
No, I talked with Brian Lynch. He told me whenever we needed one,
We can borrow.
they have theirs on a trailer.
Okay.
And I looked into getting ours certified. Ours is aluminum. It would have to go up to air mass. And they would have to magnaflux the whole thing. And it's not the size we would really need anyway, so I can't see spending the money on something that is not particularly what we need for what we do, because we're not going down 8 feet. We just need something to work when we get below the OSHA standard, the grade for OSHA standard. And like I said, Brian Lynch said, anytime we need it. So we run into a situation where we do need it, we'll just go to Putnam and borrow theirs for whatever we need to do.
Mhm.
Cause they do have to get certified and recertified over and over again. So I don't know how long it lasts when they do certify those. I don't know if it's 5 years or, I'm really not sure. I didn't get into that much detail on it.
And Joe, I just want to clarify, you're not looking to use this money for anything like we've done in the past. You're just
No.
sell it off,
no.
it goes to the general fund.
I'll be happy if I don't have to look at it anymore. That'll be-
Cleaning out the garage.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty
clean
much.
the garage out, yeah, it's spring cleaning. Yeah, I'm not looking to sell this stuff to get money to do another project. We'll work with the budget and
Mhm.
it's the town's money, give it back to the town, whatever we can get for it.
I mean, it makes sense. to me.
I will also I'll talk to Steve, see if he can rummage through the stuff, if there's anything he wants. Bill Birch, the sewer department, those people there, if they want it, whatever, but if it's not any good for us, probably not gonna be any good for anybody else either. We wore it out. So,
Out of courtesy, you could ask, but I won't.
yeah, yeah,
I'll make a motion to dispose of the equipment based on the list that the DPW director has suggested.
And I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second on disposing of sending to auction this equipment. Any further discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. So start asking around and then we'll work on the gov deal.
yeah, we're gonna have to get that account, our account expired,
Okay.
so
Isn't one of the old internationals, the one you drove?
no.
Oh, you kept it.
Good, I'm not getting rid of that.
All right, agenda item 8. Staff non-commercial vehicle driver policy, and I think, so this is a requirement that's been brought to us by the insurance company. Including doing motor vehicle records on anybody that either drives the town vehicle or uses their personal vehicle to do town business. I think a lot of the insurance companies are tightening up. I know my insurance company for my business asked for a lot of things that we've never been asked for in the past, including driver motor vehicle records. So Michelle's been on it. She is on the call with us right now. Did you get a chance to read through it? Do you have questions for us about the policy?
We don't have a policy like this in place, is that correct?
No.
Do we have any kind of a policy for using the town vehicle?
No.
No,
This
Nothing,
isn't
right?
Really,
Because
except for signing it out and,
yeah, just
But-
keeping track of who's using it,
right,
because there's only like 3 or 4 vehicles. Rec.
rec might use one, the town.
The
car.
the
Equinox,
town car was
and
what I
then
was
Aaron.
thinking, yeah.
Aaron's,
But
that's-
shouldn't
those are
we
the
have
3.
something more, that adds a little like no, transporting or no using certain times or no, you know what I mean, only taking it out for certain reasons, no drinking or being,
Have you
no.
seen the vehicles they drive? Oh.
No, I'm
Well, the
saying,
no
no,
drinking, I guess.
no, the no drinking,
But-
no, but like, what if you're transporting your child to school and then you're going off to your meeting? Maybe that's not acceptable because it's insured under the town, just a little more, to do with the actual vehicle
Right.
and so this one seemed to deal with their driving history, their, if they're caught doing, if they get a DUI or whatever. But something that talks more about while they're driving the vehicle that adds just a little sets a precedent, sets a,
Well,
just a thought, maybe
it's
a
something that,
separate.
it's something that we can explore,
Mhm.
because I'm sure that this policy is going to evolve.
Right,
As we get into different scenarios and things of that nature. But at least this is a start.
I agree. And I see this more for, you can see where it's written for an insurance company, and I'm talking more about a
You're talking about
municipal
personnel.
protectional, yeah.
so maybe the employee.
A separate
handbook.
amendment, a separate
Mm.
Michelle has her hand
employee
raised.
handbook, yeah,
So
maybe
she
it's in
wants
the
to say
employee
something.
handbook.
And that may be a question.
So
There's
this,
go ahead, Michelle.
this policy was specifically addressing the insurance portion of it. The language that I used was actually suggested from the insurance company.
Does it look pretty boilerplate?
Yes,
Mhm.
and it
Mhm.
just kind of
But
made
I
me
agree
think
with
that,
what you're saying, with what you're
I
saying.
think,
Is
Yep.
this just town-owned property, or is this me and my own vehicle going out of town in a meeting?
Yes.
Town-owned property.
Well-
Only town vehicles.
No, Michelle, I thought it was, we expanded it to if you're using your vehicle for.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, we took out
For
two
town business,
portions of
so
it.
if,
Right.
if
On
like
the clock.
I don't take the town car, I drive my car to go inspect. Like I was just out in East Thompson looking at somebody's property with them. Town business, so yes,
Yes.
I have to have my I have to give Michelle my license and she has to do a motor vehicle background check on me. Because it's town business that I use my own personal vehicle.
So if I go to library meetings out of town, that triggers this?
Yes,
Okay,
I'm
thank you.
sorry. Yes, it is.
Thank you.
so then it kind of goes to what constitutes a town employee. Am I a town employee? Is Ken, you know what I mean? We're a stipend. Do you know what I'm getting at? It's like, it brings, it's a.
Absolutely. It does expand on who is included in
What's your
this.
license?
I mean,
That's it.
I mean,
I'm done.
I could see somebody using their personal vehicle to do town business. That something happens, they're on the clock. And, they're gonna, whatever may happen, everybody gets sued.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So it's a way of protecting everybody.
They
Yeah.
just wanna make sure.
and I have
the
no
record
problem with
is-
this at all.
Yeah.
I
But
just think we
this
should
will-
have a separate
Yeah, I
policy
agree.
for when you
And we
use a
get-
town
we get to
vehicle.
Work on that,
Yeah,
With the do's and don'ts, so.
Right.
and maybe that goes in the handbook.
right? No, I think absolutely.
Yeah.
So.
But meet the insurance company's requirements.
So I'll make a motion that we approve the non-commercial vehicle driver policy.
I'll second it.
Okay, motion in a second. For further discussion, I did want to point out that it's non-commercial because the CDL drivers fall under
A
the
different umbrella.
DOT regulations,
they
et
do.
cetera, which are stricter anyways. So, including having their drug testing, et cetera, et cetera. So
And when would this be going into effect?
this is just, we have to send it to the insurance company before the renewal.
So
Policy,
sounds like immediately.
yeah.
I'm going out of town next Tuesday, that's all. Michelle needing my license before Tuesday.
Michelle, what is your plan as far as,
So
doing the-
Allison, I
Yeah.
will get to you. I'm on vacation this week. Just
I
the
know, I
school's
got an
closed.
audit reply from you, you're good.
I will send the form to you that I need completed, and I'll have you sign it, and I'll send it back to me. And then I will probably have to just use the town credit card to put yours through prior to me returning from vacation.
I would think that the school must be doing the same thing.
The school has
Different
already
insurance.
had this policy in place for a while.
We have a motion, a second. right?
Yes,
Okay, I just have another question though, because is there a cost associated with this?
Yes,
is it
It's
$20
$20 per driver.
per year?
So the insurance company is requiring this, but we have to pay the $20 per year per employee that drives a vehicle.
Yes,
In the hopes, it should, in doing this, it keeps your rates down. So you spend a little bit to keep your rates down. I mean, that was what it was with my insurance company.
I would like to look at this again next year and maybe even see what we're spending on checking driver's licenses. Are we only checking licenses of those that are driving? And then seeing what we're actually saving?
We're being we roughly, what did we figure it out to be, Michelle? About $450 or $600, something like that. Because
Yep.
we're not just gonna do everybody.
Right.
We're only going to do the people who are actually either driving the town car or using their own car to do actual business. A lot of the people in town don't actually use their own car for business.
So is it
Or the-
required
Well,
that
that's like
the
the building
people that use their own
Correct.
car?
Yes.
Is that required that if people use their own car, or did we add that on?
No, that was
No,
required,
it was required as part of the language.
right? So it's not just people who use the town car.
'Cause the
You
insurance
think
co-
that it would be
The
only
insurance
that,
company has
right?
liability.
Yeah, because if something happens and you were going to a meeting or, yeah, in your own car, it'll come back if they can, sue, like Ken said, if you can sue. So,
Right, work, they did it every year.
yeah,
What we can do next year is we can revisit how many people we've actually completed this on this year. So what I'll do is I'll keep a running tab of how many people we did this year, if they drove the car, how many times they drove the car, and then we can reevaluate if or if they've gone for town business, then we can reevaluate the cost next year.
Yeah, I think that we should, and if there's other
And-
carriers
yeah.
that aren't enforcing or requiring that,
Mhm.
that we even look at that.
I think you'll find that more and more.
I'm sure you're right, I'm sure.
It's his place, it's her place, and now it's this place.
I'm sure you're
That's
right.
like Industry trend.
Yeah, never had to do.
It's
Just another
It's
way-
funny, Marie had questioned me on the school side. And I said, oh, I haven't seen anything come through. And it's funny, I got an email this morning saying, oh, you need to renew these policies. And one of those is this policy. So the school has been requiring it for a while. So we're just trying to catch up with the times.
Okay.
All right, so we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion on the non-commercial vehicle driver policy?
No,
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous. All right, legal notice of annual town meeting and referenda.
Wait, did you
Nope,
skip
nope.
me?
Oh, wait, I'm sorry.
Wait a minute.
I'm jumping ahead. There's a lot of items on today's
But I
agenda.
know I was third.
Agenda item 9, opening of the bids for the library underground oil tank. Removal and replacement. We have. Oh, what's that one?
How many?
5.
Great.
Good. Right, the first one I have is Prop Environmental Contractors out of Lebanon, Connecticut.
And we're just reading the names?
Yeah, I think so.
Yep. I have SRS Petroleum Services out of Bridgewater, Mass. Oh, no, they have three different places. Out of where? Out of Merrimack, New Hampshire, I guess, or Bloomfield, Connecticut. You pick.
And if there's double copies, I want to keep one for the selectman's office, so we have them there for the public.
Right? So there's. I'm gonna
All
put
right,
them out.
We have some-
we have Service Station Equipment, Inc. Out of North Franklin.
Right?
I have.
What did you have to-
American Petroleum Equipment out of Walden, New York. And I'm gonna look at these afterwards, so if you wanna just. I'll just put them over there.
I sat there, I read them.
All right. True Blue Environmental Services. Out of Wallingford, Connecticut.
All right, those were all five. We're gonna, pass those on to the building. The building committee. I'm just gonna take a copy of each of those. To put into so copies of these will be in the selectman's office.
A lot of-
Starting tomorrow. Original copy. Grabbing the copies.
Yeah.
This one doesn't. I've never done. All right, now on to the agenda item 10, legal notice of annual town meeting and referendum. As everybody recalls, the Board of Finance has passed along a budget for public approval. Date of the town meeting would be our annual meeting, which is always the first Monday in May, so May 6th, 2024, 7 p.m. at the Community Center, Library Community Center. The proposed total budget is $31,325,114. Yeah, I'll make a motion that we approve the legal notice. Noticing of annual town meeting and referendum. Yeah, I make that motion.
And I'll second it.
Okay, any discussion on the legal notice?
Nope, looks good to me.
Okay. All in favor of approving the legal notice as presented for annual town meeting on May 6th and referendum on May 20th, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Town meeting referendum flyer to distribute at the transfer station. We have received approval on what's been presented from our town attorney as required by state statute. Looking for the Board of Selectmen to approve handing out distributing this flyer at the transfer station.
Motion to approve.
Second,
Okay, motion in a second. All in, any discussion?
when are they being handed out?
They'll probably start
Saturday?
Well, you gotta stop prior to the,
prior to
Monday
May
meeting.
6th.
Yeah.
So how many more Saturdays do we have? It might not be this Saturday. We might make it.
you're looking at probably the 20,
One Saturday, yes.
you're looking at the
Yeah.
27th.
April is chugging along.
So we have the 20th and then the 27th.
Yeah.
And the
No,
fourth,
then we have the
we have three.
three.
We have the
So we'll probably
20th,
start next
27th,
week.
and the 4th.
It'll probably be not this
27th
week.
and the 4th.
Yeah,
So the
so 2
27th
weeks
and the
before
4th,
that.
yeah.
Okay, just wanted to
No,
know.
that's good. I knew it wasn't gonna be too early.
No.
But,
No, I think that's perfect.
all right, any other discussion? Okay, all in favor of approving the town meeting / referendum flyer to be distributed at the transfer station, say aye.
I,
Aye. Agenda item 12, Community Fire Company, they request, the letter we received from Rocky requested the boot drive, but they also would like to sell donuts. I believe it's Krispy Kreme.
that's what they always
So
do.
I'll make a motion that we approve the Community Fire Company boot drive donut sale at the transfer station on May 18th.
Second,
Okay, motion and a second. Any discussion on this request? All in favor of approving the request for the boot drive and donut sales at the transfer station on May 18th, 2024 by Community Fire Company, say aye.
I,
Aye. All right, agenda item 13, appointment, Housing Authority Commission. I had been approached months ago by Mike Darcy, concerned that they didn't have enough,
for quorum.
yeah, for a quorum and just general participation in what goes on with the Housing Authority. He needed a Republican though. So we found one, Republican or an unaffiliated, but we were having a tough time.
But they can't be on any other board or
Correct.
any other municipal board, as we found out.
Right. So
Makes
which
it
made
tough.
it even tougher. So, but we have one, Keith Elliott. He is a 10-year resident of Thompson. He's self-employed, and he has since had conversations with Mike and has sat
Okay.
in on one of the meetings. So he's been brought up to speed on what's going on. He's eager to be part of the commission.
Mike's the chair.
What's that?
Mike,
Mike
yeah.
is the chair, right?
Yes, Mike's the chair, Mike Darcy,
He's
yes,
very well organized.
he is.
Well, I'll make the motion that we appoint Keith Elliott to the Housing Authority Commission. Is there a term associated with that?
Let me see, yep. Term to end October 31st, 2027.
Term to
Second,
end- Yep,
Okay, motion in a second. Any discussion on this applicant?
nope, I think he will do great on that commission. I'm glad to hear that he's interested in, that we have
Is
a. That was near and dear to me because it was the first commission / board I served on.
Yeah, what were you gonna say, Ken?
does that cover all of their positions, or are they still looking?
No, it covers all their positions right now. So, yeah,
Because Tilly serves
Let me-
still on that
yeah,
commission at 101, I think.
yeah, she'll be 101, so. All right, agenda item 14, reappointments. I'll make a motion that we reappoint Ashley Lynn Lewis to the Recreation Committee for Town of Thompson, term to end March 15th, 2027, and Renee Lapalm Waldron, again to the Recreation Commission with term to end March 15th, 2027.
Second,
Any discussion on these two reappointments?
Ooh, thank you for serving.
Yes, always. All right, all in favor of these reappointments as presented, say aye.
I,
Aye.
Aye. Any other business to bring before the Board of Selectmen?
I don't have anything.
I don't either. All right. Citizen comments. The floor is open to citizen comments. We will start in the room, in the Cine room.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry,
there was 3 people.
wasn't saying it.
Citizen comments from the virtual audience. Any citizen comments at this time?
You need to sign this one, Susan.
All right, we'll move on to tax refunds, agenda item 17. I'll make a motion that we refund Ricky D. Stanley $81.90 and Madison E. Hopkins $75.97 for a total of $157.87 in tax refunds.
That's it.
Oh, I'll second the motion, but we didn't do citizens' comments.
Oh, I did.
Yeah,
Nobody
Oh,
said
okay.
it.
Nobody had one.
signing.
We
You
were
were
I
signing.
was signing.
Yeah, we're signing and catching Suzanne's unsigned. It happened.
Okay,
10
All right.
seconds.
it was
Okay,
quiet.
sorry, any discussion on these tax refunds?
No.
All right, all in favor of approving the tax refunds as presented, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, and that concludes the general meeting. We do have executive session, so I will ask people, I will be moving people into the waiting room. you're welcome to come. I'll bring you back in if you want to hang on. So, but I'll make a motion that we go into executive session to discuss personnel veterans officer.
Second.
Okay,
And
motion.
who's
and a
going
second.
into?
Oh, it'll just be the 3 selectmen. Oh, Michelle, do you want to come in?
Yes.
Okay, so, and, Michelle,
Human resources.
Jamar Naro, Human Resources Director. So the 3 selectmen plus that. So, any other discussion?
Did you get a second?
I thought you seconded.
I second.
I thought you did.
I don't think I did.
Thought she did.
I thought you did
I don't
too.
think I
It's
did.
been a long night,
Yeah.
a
Second.
long, quick night. All right, all in favor of going into executive session, to discuss personnel veterans officer with the 3 selectmen and our Human Resources Director, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right.
Thank you for your help.
Good night.
Have a good night.
I'm gonna
Nice to see
pause
you.
the All right, we have come out of executive session. It is 8:09 PM. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Suzanne has the motion.
Second.
Ken has the second. All in favor of adjournment?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, and we are adjourned also at 8:09 PM. All right, thank you, everybody. Have a great night.
Oh, my gosh.